Hi, this is Dr. Lorraine Goodwin. I'm so happy that the family of General Vang Pao has found some peace in awaiting the final results on the Arlington burial site and has decided on at least a temporary, if not permanent, burial site in Forest Lawn in Los Angeles. And the Arlington situation will resolve itself as it goes through the process. My condolences again to the Vang Pao family and to the General's followers and to all of the community who have lost this wonderful person who has been the head of the Hmong community since coming to the United States and indeed in Laos. I was thinking as the Vang Pao family was discussing the option of Forest Lawn that the Hmong community may consider building through donations an educational site dedicated to the Hmong culture. And in this educational building would be depictions of what it was like in Laos and the war and the contributions that the Hmong and Cambodians and Laotians gave to the United States during the war, with pictures and audio clips. Luckily, we have all this technology. It's very possible for every single person who was involved to have part of their history in this new educational center. And I think everyone should be included. Naturally, it would focus on General Vang Pao and his family and his history from childhood up until his passing and his funeral, with lots of pictures and other mementos that should be in such an educational site. Over the next generations, your children will wonder, where did they come from? How did they get to the United States? They will start to adapt more and more American culture, and some of them will forget a lot of their Hmong roots. And it's important to have an educational site to point out to the generations to come where they came from and how they got here, and the importance of those that were left behind, and the fortunate circumstances that ended up bringing many Hmong to the United States for settlement and permanent United States citizenship. Such a place would possibly, if the land were available, be able to include all of the soldiers, all of the military that were associated with General Vang Pao and his family. And it would, of course, be attractive as a visitor site for all Americans to come. That's just a thought. I think it's very important. And just like Martin Luther King has a burial site where you can find out a lot about the civil rights movement in the 1960s, which gave women, white women, all women, and minorities the right to vote, the right to have a job, the right to be free from harassment, the right to have full rights in the court system. These are things that will always be there and that we'll always be thankful for. And also, the Kennedys have a special burial site for their contribution to America. It might be something you can consider, and I hope you will, because I think many, many Americans in the future, as well as generations of Hmong to come, will want to visit it and pay tribute to those who came over on that plane, and as well as connect with their lives currently as they live out the American dream. The people who came over on that plane are like the people who came over on the Mayflower. They didn't know where they were going. They were in a transportation vessel and ended up in the United States. And back in the old days, we didn't have the media. We didn't have the abilities to save all of that. We don't have the pictures, the real stories. And with our current technology, we have the ability to capture every single story of every single person who is still living or who has family members who really remember them and can relate their stories to a video or an audio system, which would make it so valuable for a cultural center for the Hmong people. Again, my condolences to the community and good luck and happiness in the future. And I had a wonderful time meeting so many wonderful people at the General's funeral.